All right, guys, welcome to the trading floor where we bring you the latest in crypto market price range. Remember that I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own research before you invest your money. And we're going to start with Bitcoin, which is the big whale in the water right now. Yeah, it's getting to a point where going into the 4-hour charts is getting harder to see what it is that these stocks are doing. And even though they do the other coins do want to go up, Bitcoin is still holding a lot of these guys down. If you really look at the history of what Bitcoin has done, it really has practically come down. If you start from down here, about 50% has came down, which that is an average move for a stock. The stock goes up to $1, it comes back around 50 cents, it stays around 50 cents, and it kind of works its way around there. And it'll either work its way up or it starts to come down. So it's not Bitcoin is not doing anything out of the ordinary where you would call it a bear market because we're there definitely not there yet. It's just doing a range where it normally moves. We can just see it better in the daily chart. So even though it is hanging in here between 34,000 and 40,000, it does seem like it's starting to dip down to the $31,000 range where the buyers are sitting. So unfortunately, with the 50 crossing under the 150, it is still being pushed down, and Bitcoin is still working its way downward. But at the same time, if we look at the stochastics down here, the stochastic is going up, meaning that the selling power is getting weaker. There's more buyers picking things up down there. So it's interesting. We're going to see if it's going to be something that's going to just hold in this range. It might even start playing between the 40,000 or 41,000 and 31,000 range. It's just going back and forth, because right now the 34,000 is kind of holding it, but I don't think it's going to hold it for much longer. So if we remove that, this is what we're really seeing. It's kind of playing inside this bigger range. So unfortunately, we might see it drop down to 32 or even a little bit lower, pick up a few more buyers before going back up and playing inside this range. Until we get more information on what it wants to do, unfortunately, it's still pulling down the other stocks. So the good news with Bitcoin, so all of these, even though here's the bad news and here's the good news. Bad news that yes, we are kind of sitting in this, we want to see it go up, but it's still not doing it. There is good stuff going on with all these coins. For example, El Salvador. It looks to become the world's first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. So El Salvador President Nayib Bukele plans to introduce legislation that will make it the world's first sovereign nation to adopt Bitcoin at legal tender. So it's really going to fall into the World Bank because the World Bank would rather a small country keep borrowing from them with interest on the money they borrowed than to let them do Bitcoin. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes, because if El Salvador does this and Bitcoin becomes a currency, that means that other countries will have to start accepting currency as payment from El Salvador if they start trading. So it will be nice to see where the door will open up for cryptocurrency based on what these small nations are doing. All right, so the next one is ADA. ADA, same thing. We're just going to keep looking at the daily chart because it's going to be easier to see what they're doing. See, ADA is still bullish in a way. It's still going up. It could drop all the way down to $1.20. Sadly, might even drop down to $1, which none of us want to see that. But all these coins are still doing, it might come back to inside this range where it's 99 cents to $1.38, just back and forth, until it picks up momentum, which same thing with Cardano. They got some great news coming out. If you look at their rollout for the Alonso, we're already finishing up on June for the Alonso Blue, and everything's been working out great. Everything looked like it's about to move forward. So it looked like in July we might move to the Alonso White, which will be the next phase of the evolution. So once all this gets done, or in September, then all the companies can jump on Cardano. They can start making money, which means the Cardano things will start moving in the right direction. So same thing. Even though the currency or the stock is going down, it's just, for me, it's just cheaper to buy, more for me to buy as it keeps going down. But it's something that none of us want to see. We know that. But it's just unfortunately the way the world turns, you know. So we have next one is Ethereum. Yeah, so Ethereum, same thing. You know, it was pushing down. It's going to be playing inside this range still. So it hasn't really gone outside of what it's the normal. Well, I said the last time pretty much is staying between 2,800 and down to about 1,900. So it's still playing in this game back and forth until it can pick up legs. Now Ethereum is getting some momentum in the sense that Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. That Morgan Stanley thinks it knows why, but that's that's an article that you guys can read from CNBC. It's just Ethereum has a lot more stuff going on than Bitcoin, so it definitely has. Ethereum eventually is going to get to a point where it will outperform Bitcoin, or yeah, Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin. So definitely we'll get to the point where a lot of these coins, even though Bitcoin is pushing them down, I would say by next year, honestly, there'll be other coins that are going to be bigger than Bitcoin, and Bitcoin won't affect them as much. So there'll be other whales in the water that will be bigger, like Cardano, Ethereum, and them, probably Polkadot, where none of these guys are going to be moved by what Bitcoin does. So that's just something we have to kind of wait to see what happens for the rest of this year, and by next year could be some changes. All right, so next one is Helium, HNT. Same thing, it's been peaking between the $19 and balancing down to $9, going back and forth. It's trying to pick up some leg now. Helium it's been busy. They're definitely a company that I would believe that by the end of the year or beginning of next year, it will definitely going to pick up and get past the $22. Because when you look at their page, they have like their own mining devices for people to buy and plug it into your house. And these things just uses like $1 of electricity per month, and you're mining helium. They are very productive because if you look at their map, this is what in the United States, how many helium machines they are. And here you got, the Europe section, and if you slide over, you got, the other side of the world. They are definitely busy. So this coin is definitely not going anywhere. Even if the price is going down, they're taking a hit like everybody else. Their orders are all backed up. People are still buying helium. I mean, they're all backed up all the way till third quarter of 2021. So they have a lot of people ordering these machines to be able to mine helium, and it's for their network and stuff. So definitely good things is happening for these guys. All right, next one, Chainlink. Chainlink, like all the other guys, unfortunately, they are taking a beating. But the good thing is that it is getting a little bit overextended, which it might stay within this range between $19 and $34 range and play in here. It is below it, but I believe that it definitely wants to fight to get back on top and be playing inside this range. Chainlink has a lot of great things going for them on the Ethereum network. Also, Mark Cuban is now backing the Ethereum Chainlink data projects. So, he's from Shark Tank, and, when he puts his money on something, that there's something that he sees for the company. And Chainlink, they've been busy for a very long time. Just they're an oracle that links the outside world to the cryptocurrency world. So it has a lot of great things. I have to make a video for that one. All right. So Mana is the next one. Decentraland, Mana. Mana made it all the way up to $1.63 and is working its way down to 60 cents. Same thing, is trying to stay alive through this. What's happening right now between 57 cents and 93 cents, and same thing, there is too far down. It's going to work its way up again and just kind of play in this little area. But even though the currency of Mana is low for the game Decentraland. Big things are happening inside of Decentraland. If you go to, where is it? Yep, right here. Sorry. So, an estate in virtual world, Decentraland, just sold for nearly $1 million. So somebody bought this purchase of land right here, so for $913,000. So an NFT of a set of land of virtual world Decentraland has sold for a record-breaking $913,000 in 808 worth of mana. The game native token, real estate investment firm Republic Realm acquired the digital estate for nearly $1.3 million. Million mana, sorry. It's definitely they're being invested into this game. So even though the currency is at 60 cents for mana, this one they're going to build something. But then that has nothing to do with Boston Pay's record of $704,000 for the Decentraland plot to create a virtual mall. So big money is going into this game, and they're taking the opportunity based on just the cheap prices. This is the best time to build. It's like this is the best time to, save and buy and save these coins because they're going to turn around eventually. So they're investing into it. Next one is MATIC, Polygon. Yep, Polygon, same thing. It's pretty extended away from the by 150 EMA. So most likely it will probably take a dive down to 90 cents. Again, something that none of us want to see, but it is going to be playing inside this range. In the meantime, Polygon, same thing. Where is it? Mark Cuban also invested into Polygon, saying that they have a great potential for what they're doing. Polygon also has a huge project in Ethereum. They have all these companies and projects that are working on top of Polygon. And Polygon's also the second layer solution for Ethereum for people that are paying so much for gas fees to do transactions. Polygon is actually way, way cheaper to use. So you can get the same thing done for less price. And this list goes on and on. These people are all moving over to they're still on Ethereum, but they're doing it on the Polygon network, so that way the fees are a lot less on the Ethereum. So definitely great things is happening for these guys. So even though you might see the price drop, it's still, those are a good time to pick up a few coins and save them. All right, next one. Theta. These guys also have some great things happening, but let's see what we have for them. It's got great support. It might drop also down to $6, but it's feisty. This thing it's been fighting for a while to stay up in the $9 range. But if it does fall down and it does break to $7.50 and it gets down to the $6 range, it'll just work its way right back up to $9. Because they also have a project coming out in about 10 days. The mainnet 3.0 is kicking off. So great things is happening. They also have the new token, the TFuel. It's down to 55 cents right now. They're going to be using this for payments as they borrow your network to expand their stuff and get people to see. As they use your internet, practically they're paying you for using that. So it's kind of you're making money for helping the network out. And same thing, it's kind of inside this range for this little guy. It's a new token. Chances are it definitely is overextended. Most likely it'll come right back down to 40 cents or even lower. So before you start seeing move to the upside. So this one's a little bit too extended. I'm trying to see something here. For some reason, I wouldn't be surprised if the thing decides to jump up to 66 cents before falling. So be careful with that one. All right, so next one is, what do we got next one? VeChain. Oops, excuse me. All right, VeChain. It's got a lot of strength too, but the same thing. It's just playing to survive inside the range here between 13 cents and probably down to 8 cents. It's got some great things coming out as well. VeChain's actually been doing some great things. These guys are way undervalued. If you look at their projects, Let me see here. Yeah, definitely will stick around this area between 13 cents and 8 cents, picking up some more buyers down here. But for them, far more than Walmart China, how VeChain leads blockchain adoption in the food industry around the globe. They're doing some great things. VeChain is being used in hospitals for record keeping. They're being used for car parts, for expensive items that they can keep tabs on. It's like VeChain is being used for a lot of high-end stuff and for a lot of fresh food and stuff like that. So I'll link a lot of these articles on the bottom so you guys can read them. But it's got some great things as well, VeChain. So it's one of those things. Again, they're all taking hits right now, but it's going to be short-lived considering how much it's going to go up, because VeChain did the same thing. It went from a penny to 27 cents back to 10 cents. See, 50% they dropped down. So will it dip a little bit lower before going back up? That could happen. But either way, they all have great things coming out that will bring the potential to keep moving upward, even though it might drop a little bit. So as it drops, cheaper price to buy. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. But I am not a financial advisor. Remember that. All right, guys. So that's all I got for you guys. Leave any remarks or comments on the bottom. If you like what you see, please subscribe. That will help my algorithms. And I'll see you guys on the trading floor.